Good evening from London. Commodity stocks were under pressure on the FTSE All-Share today as investors seem increasingly concerned that the reopening of the global economy will see a setback in commodities demand. Glencore was one of the biggest fallers. Coincidentally, a former trader at the mining firm pleaded guilty via video conference for conspiring to manipulate fuel prices. Shares in major Asia-Pacific markets were mixed on Thursday, with tech stocks in the region taking a major hit. Hong Kong-listed shares of Chinese search giant Baidu plunged 9.65% just days after a muted debut in the city. Tencent dropped 2.81%, while Alibaba fell 3.91%. The pressure on dual-listed Chinese tech stocks has increased this week due to new auditing standards introduced by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. There was also a major sell-off of tech stocks on Wall Street overnight, affecting the Nasdaq share price of Apple, Facebook, Netflix and Tesla. On the Dow Jones, it was the beleaguered cruise operators that dragged down the index. Earlier this week, Norwegian Cruise Line announced that it had cancelled select sailings aboard 5 of its cruise ships. Their shares were down 4.9%. Cruise operators and their stocks have been some of the hardest hit businesses during the pandemic. Even as progress continues with vaccinations, the industry is still in a state of paralysis as COVID-19 levels remain stubbornly high in the US and across Europe. Cineworld, the world's second largest cinema chain, has reported worse than expected annual losses of over $3 billion. The trading update has revealed the scale of the financial toll that months of cinema closures has brought to the world of the big screen. The company closed its UK and US cinemas in October. Revenues came in at $852 million for 2020, compared with more than $4 billion in 2019. Earlier this week, bosses announced screen reopening plans for its key markets, adding that it had cash in place to see it through this year and beyond. As a result of this, Cineworld said it had secured commitments for a new $230 million convertible bond as a safeguard. Those are your main stories from London at close of business.